Stranger Things is one show fans never want to see ending, but the last season is nearly here.
I mean, please, there has to be something you can do.
The craziest thing is that it seems like the stars are just as in the dark as we are, including Finn Wolfhard. Finn Wolfhard is a household name at this point. The young star has been playing Mike Wheeler on the show for about 8 years now, but that doesn't mean they keep him in the loop. In a recent TV appearance, the actor revealed that he didn't know about the title of the premiere before the fans did. Even though Finn's part of the main cast, they don't always let him in on everything. The actual title of the episode will be The Crawl, and fans were told this back in November 2022, which was exactly when Finn found out. The show is a massive success, but the team keeps every single detail under wraps. In fact, Finn said they were always super cagey about the show details and even joked on TV that he'd only found out the day before. He even called out the people that don't believe him when he says it. After all, he is on the show, so he should know, but that's just not the case. So there's no way he can spoil it for anyone. The 5th season is definitely super hyped up, especially since it's the last one ever.
We meet Erica at the playground. She'll signal Max and Lucas when we're ready.
Phase 2.
Max baits Vecna. He'll go after her, which will put him in his trance.
Phase 3.
Me and Eddie draw the bats away.
4. We head into Vecna's hopefully newly bat-free lair and flambe.
The Duffer Brothers confirmed before the 4th season dropped that the 5th would be the last. They didn't have any kind of rating problems, but they knew that the 5th season was a good place to end the story. Plus, that's exactly how they pitched it to Netflix back in the day. In the end, even Finn agreed that they did the right thing not telling him, or else he'd end up spoiling it. But what do we already know about the new season? Season 4 of Stranger Things was one of the biggest things to happen last year, and it was for a good reason.
If things here start to go south, I mean at all, you abort, okay? Draw the attention of the bats, keep them busy for a minute or two. We'll take care of Vecna. Don't try to be cute or be a hero or something.
Fans had been waiting years, and on top of that, the show had been delayed because of the pandemic. But if you're anything like us, you probably still need some time to recover from everything that happened. Well, don't worry about that, because with the new season timeline, we've got nothing but time. We already have a rough idea of what's going to happen. The gang will reunite and have one final face-off with the villain.
It's time.
From the Upside Down, which is definitely going to include another Vecna showdown. But before we get back to seeing them live semi-normal lives, we need to talk about the release date. It took a while to start production, mostly because there were just way too many ideas to pull from and not enough runtime for all of them.
This is Max. When one attacks, he will be in her mind. But I can do that too. I went into Mama's mind, into Billy's. I can go into Max's.
But if we're looking at the typical timeline, plus all the updates from the Duffer Brothers, we can expect Season 5 to drop around 2024, which means that next year, we're saying goodbye to Hawkins and the gang, for good. If you're curious about the cast, you can rest easy knowing that all the main ones will be back. That includes all the kids, namely Eleven, Mike, Will, Lucas, Dustin, Max, and Erica, plus all the older ones as well, with Steve, Robin, Nancy, Jonathan, and Argyle making their comeback too, and we can't forget about Jim, Joyce, Murray, and Dimitri either. Plus, you'll have to keep an eye out for a few newcomers as well.
You gotta be shitting me.
Trust me on this one, my dudes.
But with the show's massive success, just how much are these kids getting paid? Well, let's just say they've got an insane salary increase. When a show is as successful as Stranger Things, especially on a subscription streaming service, the cash really starts to roll in. Millions of viewers have been tuning in since 2016, and the cast are all A-list stars at this point. Obviously, to keep them committed to the show and keeping in line with their fame, the salaries were knocked up.
Are you ready for the most metal concert in the history of the world?
Is that a rhetorical question?
I Let's do it.
A lot. And we mean a lot. The cast will stand to become multi-millionaires from one season alone. And we've got all the latest details on how much they are bringing in. From reports, we know the salaries are divided into 4 tiers, with Tier 1 including the main adult leads, David Harbour and Winona Ryder. The two will be raking in an insane $9.5 million each. Tier 2 includes the younger cast, like Sadie Sink, Finn Wolfhard, and all the others, who will have around $7 million each. The older teens like Natalia Dyer and Charlie Heaton will make over $6 million, while the supporting cast will be in Tier 4, and they'll make a fair bit less than the main ones. If you're wondering about Millie Bobby Brown, she's not even on the list, because she has a different exclusive deal with Netflix. That's probably also because she brought them a lot of money with her stellar performance as Enola Holmes. Now, we should probably talk about where the series might go after it ends. Finn Wolfhard may have just teased a spin-off, and it's got everyone buzzing. Fans have been following along for almost a decade at this point, and most people have grown up with the cast itself. The younger actors are all touching their 20s at this point, and nobody wants to say goodbye. So, of course, a spin-off show is on the table. Netflix has nothing to worry about, because even if it brings in half the viewers of the original, they'll be all set for more millions. But Finn Wolfhard actually knows a bit more about it than anyone else. In an interview with Jimmy Fallon, he revealed a moment on set when the whole cast was discussing what the spin-off could possibly be. Lots of them thought it'd be a future version of them as a reunion show, featuring the actors 20 or so years on when, according to Finn, they'll be old and fat, but still up to the same shenanigans as they were in the original series. But Finn didn't agree, and he said that the spin-off should go in a different direction. After he revealed his idea, he was actually pulled aside by the Duffers because it turns out he guessed exactly what the spin-off was going to focus on. It might just have been luck on his part, but at least he's finally in the know about it. Before we go, let's see what the Duffer brothers have to say too. In terms of plot, the Duffers have an insane amount of material to pull from. They say that the actual story started developing around season 2, and they have a lot of those questions to answer as well. Apart from that, they have a huge cast, at least the ones who are still alive, so they have to wrap up their character arcs as well and to give everyone the ending they deserve. If you think it won't be an emotional season, you're wrong, because the Duffers revealed that the Netflix execs actually cried during the final pitch meeting. If the big guys are getting all teary about it, there's no way we won't be bawling as well when we finally get to see it. Season 5 also promises to have a little something for everyone. The Duffers said that Season 3 was their summer blockbuster and Season 4 was all psychological horror. All that, along with all the 80s references, will add up to make Season 5 a throwback to the tone of Season 1, but at the scale of Season 4. While we wait, all we can do is go and rewatch the first 4 seasons. Until then, stay tuned and see you in the next video.
I'm real. How? I piggybacked from a pizza dough freezer.